Hello everyone, and welcome to probably the last video of these Hogwarts House editions of the Harry Potter books. It's been a little while since I've gotten some of these, and we're on the Deathly Hallows now, so we're on the very last book. I think I have them all. Actually, I don't think I've got one or two. So yeah, I've got the Deathly Hallows here, and of course I have the Gryffindor and Slytherin covers. I have the Gryffindor hardback and the Slytherin paperback because I love that solid green there, and I love the black and red. So I tend to go for Gryffindor and Slytherin. I went for Slytherin last time for the Half-Blood Prince, and I did say when I started this a while, years ago when he started coming out, maybe I should diversify and maybe just start getting Hufflepuff and Ravenclaw, but I just always stick with, I just love red and green. They're my favourite colours, and I am a Slytherin, so I always thought maybe I might as well. Plus, no offense to the other houses, but Gryffindor and Slytherin are pretty much the most important ones. So they always have some relevance to the story, which matters in these editions because they have a little intro and they have a bit of context for how important these houses are to the story in the books. So with Half-Blood Prince, it was the fact that it was a Slytherin heavy book, that one. That's why I went for Slytherin, because there was Snape and there was Slughorn, and there, Slytherin was heavily involved. We were going back into Voldemort's history as Tom Riddle and the Horcruxes, so it was a very Slytherin centered book. I am still interested in how, because obviously there's different Horcruxes, so like the Ravenclaw diadem, the Helga Hufflepuff cup. That makes me wonder if maybe they were there were little mentions of that in there. So we have, I don't know what one we'll start with. We'll start with the paperback. So we have the Slytherin copy here. Now, it's a shame these have come to an end now. I don't actually think I've got them all now I think about it. I did think I stopped for a while because they were just starting to pile up a bit. So let's have a look to see how we always have the page in the start here with the traits, the house traits. These are the different editions here. So they all look gorgeous. Every single book has a different cover. So here we have the Deathly Hallows here. That looks like the grave that's found in Godric's Hollow. We have the doe here that Snape conjures, and the lockets here. This looks like, yeah, these are the different houses here. By the looks of it, that's a lion. Then we have loads of different things here. Then the woods. So yeah, that's the Forest of Dean where the doe appears. So yeah. These editions are always really nice to look at, and I imagine a lot of people have them on display. And so let's have a look to see if so we have different editions here, and I think these are relatively new. The Deathly Hallows one came out. I looked on Amazon and it said that they were due to come out this week. So this is Salazar Slytherin's art, and for the house editions, exclusive to these editions, we have the contents page related to the houses themselves. So an introduction to Slytherin and Slytherin quiz and heroes and heroines for Slytherin, and it will be exactly the same for the Gryffindor one, which we will have a look at. So I'm not going to read all of it out, but I mean, yeah, we have an introduction on Dolores Umbridge. Was she a Slytherin? It doesn't surprise me. So yeah, then we have lots and lots of different just trivia and things that are really, really relevant to the story, and all the different acts, Crab and Goyle, and yeah, so it's a very nice introduction. If you want to read it, I'll pause it. You can pause the video and have a read here, and otherwise we will keep going. And here we have the map of Hogwarts. I really like this updated map that they've been doing for the past few years. I wish we had maps in the original copies, from 20 years ago. I really wish that they included a map there, but in my head, I just imagine the movie versions of Hogwarts and the grounds and Hagrid's hut and the Whomping Willow. So yeah, so this is interesting. We've got some quotes here. I don't remember those being in the previous one, but other than that, the books are pretty much the exact same as the other copies, the other editions, apart from the very end when we have. So I'm not going to read it. I don't think that was the last page. So we have a quiz here for Slytherin, and it's really interesting. People could have a look at these and see how well they get on. So, which descendant of Salazar Slytherin sold their prized family heirloom? Oh wow, oh god, do I remember that? I do remember the scene because this was in Half-Blood Prince. The spell invented by Severus Snape and spread a craze amongst his fellow students. Well, that was Sectum Sempra. Yeah, so there was just lots of really cool questions here. And, more questions. And heroes and heroines, so, okay. That's interesting, okay. And it mentions just, key players of Slytherin, really. Snape and Bellatrix, and I'm guessing Voldemort. Oh, and I like the art there. That is beautiful art there. And we have Narcissa, Phineas, Angelus Black. Regulus Black was a Slytherin as well. He's one of my favourite Slytherins. I really like Regulus Black. I really like Horace Slughorn. People don't really like Slughorn, but I like him. He's one of my favourites, as well as Arthur Weasley. Everyone loves Arthur Weasley. So yeah, this is a thing they do every, I think it's every year. They do Harry Potter book night. So that was Slytherin. So look at the Gryffindor, the lions. So exactly the same cover, but hardback. Hang on, let me just adjust here. And I mean, look at that. This is why I love getting the hardback editions of Gryffindor, because of the red and yellow there. And if I take off the dust jacket, it's very nice. And I really like, I'm going to move this back a bit so I can get a bit more room. And I really like right here, I don't know if you can see that properly, but just that black and red with the shiny red lettering on the spine. That is gorgeous. That is really nice to look at. And so I have a funny feeling I know which characters will be in the introduction and, famous players of Gryffindor, really. So let's have a look. We've passed it, haven't we? No, we haven't. So here we have Godric Gryffindor. I always imagined him as having really long ginger hair and a long ginger beard. There's a sword there. That looks like the sorting hat there. So, okay, so it's exactly the same but just related to Gryffindor. So we have an introduction of Gryffindor, a Gryffindor quiz, and heroes and heroines of Gryffindor. So, so this is, Harry, and so I'll let you have a look at that. And it mentions about how it's related to the story and how it's a Gryffindor journey, really. Harry and Ron and Hermione chase down and destroy Voldemort's Horcruxes. I think this is probably the best one to get Gryffindor versus Slytherin, because it is the greatest battle of Gryffindor versus Slytherin in the stories anyway. The Deathly Hallows, the last book. This is where Gryffindor does defeat Slytherin for the last time. And maybe did I miss a bit? No, I don't think I did. So everything is the usual here. And I will skip ahead to so we have the quiz here. And here we go for the quiz. Oh wow. Goblins claim Gryffindor's sword was taken from who? Wow. Not even I know that. So yeah, there's that's really cool questions here. And then we have heroes and heroines. So just to kind of show off how it's mainly about the trio, I think, yeah. And then I'm sure the next page must have more info. I like this art here of the trio here. That must be when they're on a camping trip looking for the Horcruxes. Don't really know what's up with Ron's face, but yeah. So, and it just shows off how Gryffindor's story fits in, and I really like the kind of clash of personalities you can get from different houses. So I'm in Slytherin, my wife is a Hufflepuff, and my best friend is a Hufflepuff as well. So it's very interesting. I love reading those things on Google that, you get Slytherin and Hufflepuff friendships and how their traits can complement each other and things like that. And so I saw someone that called me and my wife Slitherpuff because, yeah, mix. So that's it from me, guys. I think that's it done for the house editions for all the Harry Potter books, unless they do different editions for Fantastic Beasts and things like that. So I've seen a few more things on the internet that I would love to get for the channel, and so I'll probably get those at some point. But yeah, that's it for me. If you guys have these editions, and always, if you have different editions, so if you have the Ravenclaw and Hufflepuff edition, let me know in the comments what it says for their introduction and their heroes and heroines parts, and if you enjoyed the quiz. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye, guys.